This is something I'm calling my views, and it's basically my views on different things and anything really, and it's not your views. As I said, it's my views, so if you want to put your views, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and maybe I'll read them, maybe I won't. You know how it goes with YouTube. And let's start with something which is close to my heart, which is going to be the Justice League movie, which is apparently coming out in 2016, which is something to look forward to, I think. And I think we should start with the characters, and let's start with Martian Manhunter, who is, in my opinion, and in many other people's opinion, the heart and soul of the Justice League. Now, if they're going to put him in, I think they need to use a lot of CGI, I think, because his powers, if you don't know him, which many of you probably won't, he phases through things, and he also shapeshifts on occasion, not as much as some characters, but he can shape change, and he can phase. He's got other powers as well, but they are the few you will need CGI for. And so I think if they do it right, and I think he definitely should be in. As I say, he's the heart and soul of the Justice League. He's got a great backstory. I mean, Kal-El, Superman, whatever you want to call him, has the whole alien thing going on, and his planet was destroyed, and everyone he knows basically died. And so, yeah, sad times. But he was a child, he didn't know that. John Jones, on the other hand, the Martian Manhunter, he witnessed all that firsthand. He was there when his planet and his race was dying, and now he's the last Martian, as it were. So it's quite an emotional storyline. I hope they put it in. It's great. He's great. The only thing I have an issue with is I don't think they're going to put him in. I think they're going to use Cyborg, who is, a Teen Titans guy. Big fan of Teen Titans, big fan of Cyborg. I love his Beast Boys chemistry, it's amazing. But I don't think he's right for the Justice League. And I know in the New 52 they have him in the Justice League as a founding member. And I don't have a problem with that, but I think if they're going to do a Justice League movie, stick to what was original done, stick to the original members and stuff, and yeah, that's basically it. And I think another character, Aquaman. A lot of people have a lot of issues with Aquaman. They don't really like him. They see him as this campy guy, and they probably don't know much about him. They just think, oh, it's a guy who dresses in orange and green and can talk to fish and he's blonde. That's not really him. He's got some more powers than that. If they play him really rugged and stuff like they did in the Justice League cartoon, he will be brilliant. Maybe he'll even lose a hand in the movie, which would be great because that happened in the TV series and the comics. And I think people need to give Aquaman a chance, really. So if they do that well, it will be great, obviously. But if they play him rough and edgy and kind of almost Batman-esque of the sea, that would be great. But if they play him really campy, then it will be awful. But then if they want people to hate Aquaman, then fine, play him campy and everyone will hate him like they always do. And yeah, next, Batman. Ben Affleck is going to play Batman, and a lot of people are kind of up in arms and are being like, oh, should he play Batman? Should he not? I think give him a chance. I think a lot of you probably did not think Heath Ledger would make a good Joker, and people praise him to hell. People love him now, even though he's dead. I'm one of the people who didn't like him as the Joker, but that's a completely different video. So yeah, I say give Affleck a chance. He might do alright, you don't really know. We can't really judge him until he's actually done the job. Superman is going to obviously return. The guy from Man of Steel is going to be in the sequel. He was fine. I've got nothing against him, but I've got nothing really good to say. I don't think he had a presence. Whenever I've watched something with Superman in or read something, he's always had a presence on page, like Superman's there. And this guy didn't really bring it for me, like bring it on. No, he's not a cheerleader. But yeah, he didn't bring it. He didn't have a presence, and that's kind of my problem with it. But I'll give him a chance. I'll give him a chance. I'm not going to just say he's terrible, because he wasn't. They're going to put Wonder Woman in the Superman sequel, so with Batman, obviously. So she will be good, I think. I don't know who they're getting to cast her. I heard rumours of Jennifer Gardner. I don't think that's going to happen at all. But I think as long as she's a strong female and they do the characterisation right and the costume right, I think she'll be fine. I don't think she'll have an integral part, if I'm honest. But yeah. Green Lantern is one that people have a lot of queries with, whether they're going to use the Ryan Reynolds version of Hal Jordan or what are they going to do. And personally, I don't think they're going to use the Ryan Reynolds version, not because they don't want to, but I think because his movie was a while ago and it's due out in 2016, people are probably going to forget. Not that you can forget how bad that movie was. Again, a different video. But yeah, I don't think they're going to use that. And I don't know what they're going to do with Hal Jordan, because the way they played him in Green Lantern movie and recently in the comics, they played him very comical and very jovial. And he's never really been like that in the comics before recent years. He's always been quite a square character, quite a boring character. And I think they should kind of stick to that, because that's kind of the roots of Hal Jordan. Yes, he's cocky and brash and arrogant, but he wasn't as comical as people kind of make him out to be in recent years, and I don't really like it. Moving on, Hal Jordan's best friend, the Flash, Barry Allen. The second Flash, as it were. First being Jay Garrick, third being Wally West, and then... Yeah, I'll stop. But yeah, they're using Barry Allen's version of the Flash, and they recently introduced Barry Allen to a TV series called Arrow, which is a great TV series. And I think the guy who plays Barry Allen does it well, but they have him as a really likeable character, a really nice guy, really quirky, and I love it. I think he's great, and that's my problem. I hate Barry in the comics. I really don't like his character. I respect his character and I respect what he's done, but I just never liked him personally, and that's my problem. I think they need someone in the film that I can dislike, because I never liked Barry. And it's not that I didn't like him as a person, he was good, but I found him boring and square along with Hal Jordan. And that's probably why they got along so well. And also, on the note of Arrow, the TV series, they're going to have, I believe, the guy who plays the lead in that, who plays Arrow, aka Green Arrow, as Green Arrow in the Justice League. I'm not sure if they're going to put him in or not, because he wasn't a founding member of the Justice League, so I don't know how they're going to do that. But they screw up with that loads anyway, so, you know, put him in, put Cyborg in, put Shazam in, for God's sake, you know. That'll happen, probably. So yeah, I think he does a great job as Arrow. Not as good as Justin Hartley was in Smallville as Green Arrow. I think he was exquisite as Green Arrow. He was great. But this other guy's great. If they go with that line, then he's going to be fine. You know, if that's what they want to do, then fine. And he's a great actor, and I respect it, and I think he does a great job as playing Arrow. I really do, and I think it's a great series. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. It's pretty good. And I think I've actually covered everyone now. So yeah, that is my views on it. And actually, one more thing, I don't know what they're going to do for a comedy character in it. There's always someone to break the tension, and I feel they're going to put Hal Jordan as the tension breaker in it, giving him the comedy character that he doesn't always have. And like what they did with Ryan Reynolds, and recently in the New 52, there's some great panels between... There's a great back and forth in the comics between Batman and Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and it's beautiful, it really is. But they shouldn't have him as the comedy character. I think they should maybe bring someone else in, like Plastic Man would be awesome. I'm a big fan of Plastic Man, and he's got shape-shifting powers as well. If you don't know who he is, look him up, because he's brilliant. He's a main part of the JLA roster. A lot of points. He's helped actually save the world many times, but, you know, what superhero hasn't, right? Along the line of Green Lantern, again, I think I'd love to see maybe them put a Carl Rayner in, or a John Stewart, or even a Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner Green Lantern would be epic. And I've heard rumours that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock has finally come back! No, I won't do it, but as the African-American Green Lantern, John Stewart, for one, I don't think he's black enough, if I'm honest. It's not a racial thing. I just don't think he is. I think he needs to be represented as an African American, not a Samoan. I think he needs to be the strong black character that he was in the comics, the kind of hardcore Green Lantern. That he was great, man. I mean, he was great in the Justice League cartoon as well. His banter with Flash's Wally West in there was, wow, it was amazing. And that's basically my views. I hope you enjoyed this. And, you know, subscribe and all that, like that, share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully there will be more of these things. And I'm so happy I've done this now, and this hopefully turns out alright, and I post it. And if you're hearing this, then I have. So give me a like for that, anyway. Because this is, like, my 20th attempt, and that's not even a joke. I just freeze in front of a camera for some reason, in my own camera. Anyway, I'm good actually on camera in films and stuff. I'm a master actor. But yeah, and I'm just happy this went well, and hopefully it's not too long. And if you've stayed here, thanks a lot. And hopefully there'll be more of this, and hopefully you liked it. So leave a comment below saying what you think, and bye bye.